that's what really prompted me to begin looking for, well, just exploring the geology here. Up on Route 1, along Potomac Creek, that's where I found the initial those things that I showed you.
The theropod.
This is the theropod, which is a two-legged bipedal carnivorous dinosaur. And a small baby hadrosaur. People euphemistically call them duckbills. Okay? And toads. Lots of toads. And those toad tracks are the only recorded toad tracks ever discovered and reported in the literature.
Wow.
How close are these toads to the toads we have today?
Very, very similar.
We wouldn't know the difference.
No, toads evolved in the middle to late Triassic, and so they. Hey! Hi! No.
Oh, I don't mean to mess up your
Oh, no,
video.
you're doing fine. You're
So,
doing fine.
When and just to look up this little gully here, you'll see on the right-hand side, up and toward the top, what appear to be layers of like small, like finer grain stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, if you look in there, take those out, you'll find plant fossils.
Wow.
And the plants that you see there are 110 to 112 million. And guys, to think of what a million, this is one of Bachman's big things, so I gotta say this all the time, okay? A million, to visualize what a million of anything looks like. 2 level tablespoons of table salt. That's about a million.
Ah.
So if you want to see what a million of something looks like, because you've never seen a million.
Correct.
Your people only tell you about it. But if you want to visualize close, I mean, I did this very close. 2 level tablespoons of table salt, not Himalayan pink.
Wow.
So 112 million years ago, this area was flat terrain, braided streams, heavily vegetated, but the sauropods that would go through here had to travel in herds because they couldn't stay in one place because they would eat everything.
Oh.
They ate, so the big sauropods that people are familiar with, the long neck jobs, right? Traveled in herds. They didn't travel by themselves. And they and their behaviors are very similar to birds, where the young would be in the middle and on the outside would be the largest members of that general species, or that genus. But so they were moving, and we figured, Sarah, that they were moving in that direction.
Oh, that's what I need.
So,
yes.
so the tracks on that side and on this side seem to indicate that they were that they were constantly migrating. During this time period, there were no polar caps on Earth. It was the warmest time period the Earth has ever known. And even though the axis remained tilted, right, with 25.5 degrees, and the darkness prevailed periodically, the temperature was balmy enough that there were no ice caps on either North or South Pole.
Wow.
And dinosaurian stuff have been found in Antarctica.
Wow.
So John, they were essentially, where we're standing, they were going northwest.
Well, we're figuring now that that if they were moving, and more like they couldn't stay in one place because they would eat approximately a ton of vegetation a day.
Is that upstream?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
So they were walking upstream.
Well, they were walking in that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you guys get in a boat and you go down Little Falls Creek, empties out on that side, right? Find Little Falls Creek, which we did, and it's wadable. It's pretty shallow. You just wade up there and you see these huge blocks, and there are tracks on those.
Wow, at Little Falls Creek. So is that something that you can get in by foot, or would you have to paddle there?
Well, everything's owned by somebody.
Right, right.
So I don't know who owns that. I think the sand and gravel people may own it.
Okay.
Okay, but you can get to it by boat.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow, this is so fascinating, John. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but I did. There's a